Good evening and welcome to 5 Day with Jay. I'm your host, J.R. Murdock. How are you this evening? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm experimenting. A lot. I got the GoPro camera hooked up. I'm figuring things out. I'm trying to figure out the lenses. Things might look a little better tonight than they did last night. Last night was my first shot at doing this with the GoPro. Don't know why I didn't think about this before. The GoPro I have is a 4K GoPro, which records far better quality video than the web camera. The web camera does an adequate job. I'm trying to up my game a little bit here by using the GoPro. So last night was default with the wide angle, and wow, was it wide angle. So figured out there's different software I can download. Downloaded the software. We're now in narrow, so we got a much better view. Hey, look at this. Woohoo! And I've got the camera positioned in a much better location, so I'm talking directly to the camera instead of up to the camera. I'm happy with the direction this is going. Also, before I was streaming to Twitch, which was fine. I don't know where those streams go. I have no idea what happens to them. They're in the ether. If you're subscribed through YouTube, you might see a notification that I'm streaming on YouTube right now. For all I know, you're watching this live as I'm streaming it. It's an experiment. I'm figuring things out. One of the things that I do need to figure out is, let's take a step back for a moment. When I do these videos, it takes me about 15 minutes to record it. Maybe 15 minutes for setup, usually less. It's taking me a little longer now because I'm using the GoPro. Then I'm creating the title card. I'm doing once the video is done, I get the video into the software, do all the editing I need to do the transition for the title card and all that. I need to figure out how I can do all of that with OBS. I know there's a way. My overall goal is to reduce the amount of time it takes me to record these and to edit them. When I do the editing, it takes me 15-20 minutes to edit the video, and then it takes me half an hour to upload it to YouTube. It's just slow internet connection. It takes time. When I upload it I'm now uploading it to IGTV, it takes me another half an hour to upload it to IGTV. It takes me a few minutes to put it up on Anchor and all that. I want to find out, is there a way I can grab the video off of YouTube, put it over on Anchor? If I'm streaming directly to YouTube, I'm done. I can do all the processing right here in OBS. That's what I need to figure out. Have the title card in, have the title card go out, do my jibber jabber, title card back in, figure out how to do bed music. It's a learning process. I'm going to slowly be figuring these things out, and you're along with me for the ride. As with everything, it's a learning process. I'm still learning a lot about this, and it's just taking time because, I got the day job that I do every day. I can't just sit here all day long and figure this stuff out, so I need to pick and choose my battles when I'm learning something and figuring something out. This is one of those battles that I feel I really do need to figure out, because if I'm spending an hour and a half to 2 hours in the evening to do one of these videos, that's eating away from time that I could be writing. And I really want to get the writing ramped up. If I'm going to do that, I need to make sure I'm taking less time to do these videos. Therefore, I will still be making the title cards. I will still be putting those on the videos, even though I'm streaming live. I'm going to figure out OBS. How can I do, bring in the title card? How do I do bed music? How do I do all of that? That way, as I said, it's a matter of setting up, shoot the video, shut down, go do the blog, and I'm done. Normally when I'm waiting for the video to upload, I'm not just sitting there staring at the computer waiting for it to upload. That's usually when I go and I write the blog post, which I type ridiculously fast, and it's usually stream of consciousness. So the blogs take me about 15 to 20 minutes to write at most. The title card takes me 5 minutes to put together. I've got a pretty good template that I feel I've got a decent template now that I use for creating the title cards. Not much of a challenge there anymore. So I'm looking it up in my game. That's what this is all about, right? It's all about constantly improving what I'm doing. I want to make sure that I'm not just resting back on my laurels, doing what I'm doing and plugging away, because there's obviously more efficient ways to do what I'm doing. I realize there are people that have gone before me and already have all of this figured out, and they've already got the whole shebang done. They're ready to go. I got that. I understand that. It's my turn to figure this stuff out. The same goes with my writing. Same thing. A lot of people have already blazed the trail before me. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel with what I'm doing. I have done a lot of study and a lot of research of other successful authors and what is it that they're doing to be successful, to have that career that they currently have. I keep saying this over and over and over. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Wash, rinse, repeat. They keep doing the same thing over and over, but they consistently put out their work. They put it out on a schedule. Dean Wesley Smith puts out everything he has as he gets it done. Boom, he's a machine. He might have some time where he'll be off, but when he comes back, boom, he's going to have a whole ton of content that he's going to flood the market with. Chris Rush, she pumps out a short story every single week. Every Monday, boom, you subscribe to her email list, you get a piece of fiction in your email every week, consistently. She puts out her books with regularity. She has multiple pen names that she writes through, consistently putting out work and cycling through her pen names and just keeping the content flowing. A lot of other authors that I follow, Scott Sigler, he got the GFL popular by putting out a book every year. He did that for 6 years, and then lots of things happened that caused book 7 not to come out on time, but he put it out every single year. He would get the book out. He would make the effort to get it done and have it out there. Consistency is the key. So many authors I know put out a book every single month. That's what they do. They get it out there. Some authors are annual. Some authors twice a year. I'm working on every other month. I'm working on 2 short stories a month. Consistency. I want to make sure that I get consistent work out. On top of that, I'm trying to improve my quality of work. I want to make sure that I'm putting out the best work that I can. When I selected the short stories that I'm going to put out, I went through and I reviewed all of my short stories. A lot of them are just plain garbage. Some of them, I could rewrite it, but you know what? I wrote it once. It's done. I'm not going to go back and revisit it, because if it wasn't that good to put out as I'm doing now, it wasn't good enough to see the light of day. Let's leave it in the past and move on. I've got lots of ideas for short stories. Oh, so many frickin' ideas for short stories. I'm going through one of the recent Kickstarters that I backed was a Dean Smith Kickstarter. Actually, it's the Chris Rush one. And I got a lot of pop-ups. And all of those pop-ups, you write a short story for the pop-up, 3,000 to 5,000 words. I'm going to be writing the short stories for those pop-ups. I'll be submitting them to Dean. When I'm done with that, I will most likely self-publish those short stories on my own. I will go through, clean them up, make sure that they're the best they can be, get the cover done, and release them, and then drop them in one of my anthologies. This is the 1 or 2 short stories a month that I'm going to work on. Again, constantly putting out material, consistently, like a machine, just churning it out. Like these videos, 5 a day with Jay, 5 times a week, trying to get them out consistently, blogging every single day, trying to be consistent with what I'm putting out, when I'm putting it out, and making sure that it's out on a schedule. That's the biggest challenge. And that's where I'm going with all of this. I'm fumbling for words at the moment, but I want to make sure that I put out the work as soon as I can. Yes, I got a backlog. I could easily have just dumped 5 books out there. That would have put me behind on where I want to be. And it would result in something that I've already done and failed at, which is put a lot of books out and then disappear. Put a lot of books out and then disappear. This gives me the time to regain my composure, realize the engine's running, and I'm on the engine, and we're going for it. That's why every 2 months I need to produce a book and 4 short stories. About 100,000 words over between 100 and 120,000 words over 2 months. I know I'm fully capable of doing at least that much. But again, I need to reclaim some of my time, which is these videos. I don't want to stop doing the videos. I'm having fun doing the videos. I love putting them out. I love getting the podcast out there, which is the audio only version, which is up on Spotify, gaining more audience out there. I got 4 listeners over there. Hey guys, thank you so much for finding me and listening. It's exciting to see the audience grow. It really is. I need to go through all my number. I'm excited to get to the numbers at the end of this month already because I'm a numbers guy. I love spreadsheets. I love checking and looking and seeing what's happening. And I'm watching the numbers go up. As I said yesterday, we're looking at a slow boil. We're moving the needle very slowly, but it's moving. That is the point of all this. I can see it move. I can see what's happening and I can watch the progress. What I need to do is I need to stick to that schedule. I need to stick to that process that I've set up and I've got in place and stick to it. That's my biggest thing that I need to do. I've already got work scheduled for an entire year. I have a year. I need to write 2 books before the end of this year to make sure that I stay on schedule. I can easily do that. I plan on writing significantly more than 2 books this year. That will get me further ahead of the schedule. That's what I want to do. That 2-month time frame, I want to make sure I can push that time frame out even better. I want to make sure that I can get ahead of the curve. If I can get far enough ahead, I can start releasing books faster and be on a better schedule. I can write in my pen names. I would love to start working on some of the J-Bob books, some of the books that aren't appropriate for children to read, or they're not minivan safe type of books. That doesn't mean that the books are just pornographic books. That's not the point. The books cover more adult themes. Yes, one of the books will be more adult than the other, but a lot of it is just the way they talk in the books. They're swearing. There is sexual innuendo and whatnot. But those books will be on a different pen name. That way people don't get them mixed up with what I'm writing. I want to make sure people understand what they're getting when they buy a J. Bob book versus a J.R. Murdock book. J.R. Murdock, we're looking at minivan safe books. We're looking at stuff that it might be intense for a younger reader, but it's still going to be a quality read. That's what I'm shooting for. But again, I need to get the engine rolling. I need to get books produced, and I need to get content rolling out. That's what I'm working on. And I'm having a blast doing it. I really am having a blast doing this. I can't wait to start dropping the next book. The next book's coming out is going to be Almost Superheroes, which is actually the print book for Giant Robot Planetary Competition Book 2 comes first, then the first book of Almost Superheroes, then the second book of Almost Superheroes. The reason for those 2 books to come out before V&A Shipping 3, and I know people are waiting for V&A Shipping 3, and I apologize, but the reason that those 2 books need to come out first is because there's a character that pops up in V&A Shipping 3 and events that happen in V&A Shipping 3 that will make no sense at all unless you've read Almost Superheroes Book 1 and 2. That's something that I need to make sure I relay to the readers when I get to V&A Shipping Book 3. Have a little preface in there. Make sure you've gone and read the books that come before, because it's all one large story. It's hard to explain how excited I am to get this out. I'm not good at showing excitement, showing emotion, but I am very excited to start getting these books released. It's been years in the making. The time is now. The time is now. It's happening. It's a great time to be an author. It really is. But speaking of reclaiming my time, I need to go get this video edited. I need to see how the live stream worked. I need to go check some stuff out, get this uploaded. This has been 5 a Day with Jay. I've been Jay. You've been awesome. On a side note, if you see some live video feed pop up over the weekend, hey, yeah, that's me testing things out, seeing how things work. So if you're subscribed to the channel and you get notifications of a video and you see something and then it's not there anymore because it was deleted, that's because I'm trying things out, and I will apologize in advance. I have to experiment. I have to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. Perhaps I'll leave them up just to say, hey, look what I did. Oh, look at me. We'll see. I don't know. We'll check it out. At any rate, been 5 Days with Jay. I've been Jay. You've been awesome. Until next time.